Recording in progress.
John, you ready? Good evening. We will call the Auburn City Council meeting for Monday, June 2nd, 2025 to order, and we will begin with a land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge the federally recognized Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, the ancestral keepers of the land we are gathered on today. We thank them for their immense contributions to our state and local history, culture, economy, and identity as Washingtonians. This meeting is being held both in person and virtually today. And if you would all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. And Sean, will you please call roll?
Deputy Mayor Rakes.
Excused.
Councilmember Ammer.
Here.
Councilmember Baldwin.
Here.
Councilmember Sturgis.
Here.
Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Here.
Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Here.
Councilmember Trump Manuel.
Here.
Thank you. We do have a couple of proclamations this evening, so I'm going to move over to the podium for those. And the first one is National Gun Violence Awareness Day, and Catherine Rosales, King County Public Health Regional Office of Gun Violence Prevention. Come on up, please. I'm not used to seeing you in person. It's only on the screen. Thank you for being here. Mayor's Proclamation. Whereas ensuring the safety and well-being of the Auburn community is a paramount responsibility and concern for the city of Auburn. And whereas every day more than 110 Americans are killed by a gun and more than 200 who are shot and wounded. Every year in Washington state, there is an average of 273 people killed by gun homicides and 514 are wounded by gun assaults. A rate of 3.6 homicides and 6.7 assaults per 100,000 people. And whereas according to the 2021 Public Health Report of Gun Violence Among Youth and Young Adults, the use of firearms is the leading cause of homicide deaths among youth and young adults in King County. And whereas cities across the nation, including Auburn, are working with local agencies to implement strategies to reduce firearm-related homicide and violence and ensure all young people are healthy, hopeful, safe, and thriving. And whereas support for the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens goes together with keeping guns away from people with dangerous histories. And whereas June 2nd is recognized as National Gun Violence Awareness Day, Public Health, Seattle-King County's Regional Gun Violence Program and community partners will distribute gun safety equipment to raise awareness of harm reduction strategies to reduce gun violence and amplify the work of Regional Peacekeepers Collective and the Seattle Community Safety Initiative. And whereas we renew our commitment to reduce the use of guns with violent intent and pledge to do all we can to keep firearms out of the wrong hands and encourage responsible gun ownership to help keep our community and our children safe. And now, therefore, I, Nancy Backus, Mayor of the City of Auburn, do hereby proclaim June 2nd, 2025 as National Gun Violence Awareness Day in the City of Auburn and urge all residents to support local community efforts to prevent the tragic effects of gun violence and to honor and value human lives. Dated this 2nd day of June, 2025. Catherine, I'll give you that. And if you have a few words you would like to say?
Oh.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the work that you do, and we appreciate you very much. And again, it's very nice to see you in person.
Yes.
We see each other on screen quite often, but you never know how tall someone is.
I have heels.
You have, me too, me too. But thank you very much for being here tonight and for the work that you do on behalf of our residents.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next is LGBTQIA plus Pride Month. And I would like to call up Paris Yandel, Operations Director of Utopia, United Territories of Pacific Islanders Alliance, Washington. Hi. Thank you for staying. And Catherine, you see now, here's the height difference for...
I have heels on too.
Yeah. Mayor's Proclamation. Whereas the City of Auburn is an inclusive community and recognizes the importance of equity and freedom. The month of June was designated Pride Month to honor the Stonewall Uprising on June 28, 1969 in New York City, and is generally recognized as the catalyst of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, LGBTQ+ movement. And whereas in 2016, the site of the uprising, the Stonewall Inn, Christopher Park, and the surrounding area was designated as a national monument. And whereas Washington State has led the nation in advancing the civil rights of our lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer neighbors, coworkers, friends, and family members. And whereas in 2008, the City of Auburn passed Resolution number 4345 that joined Auburn with the National League of Cities Partnership for Working Towards Inclusive Communities, a program affirming that Auburn is committed to inclusion as a fundamental aspect of our community and that local elected officials can and should lead the way in making inclusiveness a priority in their cities. And whereas the City of Auburn in 2008 also began offering domestic partner benefits to its employees and further affirming that all employees, regardless of sexual orientation, will be treated equally in the eyes of their employer. And whereas in 2017, the City of Auburn added Resolution number 5284 that reaffirms its commitment to making inclusiveness and diversity fundamental aspects of our community and affirming the value of all Auburn residents. And whereas we honor the history of the fight for equality, and we celebrate and take pride in our commitment to being a community that is safe and welcoming, where all people can feel safe and live without fear or prejudice, discrimination, violence, or hatred based on race, religion, gender identity, or sexual orientation. And now, therefore, I, Nancy Backus, Mayor of the City of Auburn, do hereby proclaim June 2025 as LGBTQIA+ Pride Month in the City of Auburn and urge all residents to recognize the contributions made by members of the LGBTQIA+ community and to actively promote the principles of equality, constitutional and civil rights of all people. Dated this 2nd day of June 2025. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight. All right, Sean, do we have any agenda modifications this evening?
No, Your Honor.
Right, we will move to audience participation. This is a place on the agenda where the public is invited to speak to the City Council on any issue. excuse me, Sean, do we have any written comments this evening?
No, Your Honor.
All right, do we have any online comments that have pre-scheduled
No, Your Honor.
with you? All right. Then we will move to public comment within the council chambers. Is there anyone that would like to provide public comment this evening? Yes, please come forward. Give your name and your city of residence for the record, and please limit comments to 3 minutes.
Do I stand at the podium? Or
Yes,
Okay.
at the podium.
I saw today that civil rights were going to be on the agenda, and so I prepared a little statement here about civil rights and some requests I'd like to make of the council on consideration of those rights moving forward. So I'll just start by saying hello, Mayor Bacchus, members of the council.
I'm sorry, I need you to state your name and your city of residence.
My name's Kobe Clark, and I'm an Auburn resident of Lee Hill, and I'm also a candidate for Auburn City Council.
I'm sorry, you cannot do any type of campaigning in council chambers or on city property.
I retract my previous statement. I'm a Auburn resident on Lee Hill. Is that more appropriate?
Yes.
Thank you. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the council for deciding to establish Auburn's own court system last month. I know that it will be expensive, but self-sufficiency has always been the price of freedom, and the expense must certainly be worth getting out from under the Seattle's activist judges. I expect trust in our judicial system will be restored now that Auburn's residents will gain the right to elect their own judges. However, this new expense ought to come with a commensurate restoration of due process and civil liberties. You see, the City of Auburn, under Chapter 522 of its code, requires property owners to inspect apartments for criminal activity on behalf of the city as a condition for leasing their space. While I acknowledge that the city may have had difficulty acquiring warrants and facilitating due process under the King County court system, we must recognize the apparent violation of tenants and landlords' constitutional rights contemplated by Chapter 522 of the City Code. At a time when our rights to due process seem to be challenged from all sides, it is incumbent upon nonpartisan policymakers to stand in defense of individual liberty. I ask that the Auburn City Council consider repealing Chapter 522 in defense of the tenant's constitutional rights to be free from unlawful search and seizure, landlords' constitutional rights to command exclusive use of their property, and everyone's constitutional right to due process. Moreover, in consideration of National Gun Violence Awareness Day and our constitutional right to bear arms in self-defense, I would also like to ask the Auburn City Council to consider establishing a community gun range operated by our local police department to support the lawful, responsible ownership of firearms. It is critical that our residents have the resources they need to learn how to safely operate and responsibly own a firearm, while also getting the opportunity to interact with our community's peace officers in a constructive and educational manner. Thank you for considering both the repeal of Chapter 522 and the development of a community gun range, each in defense of our constitutional rights. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Please come forward, give your name and city of residence for the record, and please limit comments to 3 minutes.
Virginia Haugen, Auburn. I'm reading a book about immigration. The name, Everyone Who Is Gone Is Here. I'm sure you can find it online or at our local library. I just gave one of my tacos to a man who appeared to be from South America. We have something about homelessness, I believe, on the agenda tonight. I just checked into available low-income housing. 2 places, not available for the person I was helping. So much for inclusiveness and sanctuary city. Thank you.
Just for the record, Auburn is not a sanctuary city and never has been. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Final time, is there anyone else that would like to speak? All right, thank you. We will move on. Sean, is there any correspondence this evening?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Council ad hoc committee reports. Council ad hoc committee chairs may report on the status of their ad hoc council committee's progress on assigned tasks and may give their recommendation to the city council, if any. And we currently have one ad hoc committee, that is Council Rules of Procedure, that is chaired by Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. As noted, I believe the last time I had this report out. We're done with the first draft within the committee, and I believe it is on our forward planned agenda for the next study session. I saw that out there on the radar. So keep your eyes out this week. Make any notes or capture any feedback that you want to bring forward. It's going to be a conversation and discussion. Again, our 3 tenets that we had is make sure we keep everything legal, make sure we don't create more work for staff, and make sure any changes we accept are to the benefit of the city. So those were our 3 tenets as part of our mission, and I think we did a pretty good job in this first pass. So again, it's not a final document. It is our first working draft to bring back to all council. So we'll have that next week.
Thank you. All right, moving to the consent agenda. All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered by the City Council to be routine and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Councilmember Sturgis.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
Second, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Sturgis.
All right. Let's hold on really quick. I'm still learning how to use the clicking where it goes right to where it's supposed to be. All right. So the consent agenda, the items that we're covering for approval is the minutes from our May 19th and May 27th, or City Council meeting, and then also the May 27th study session meeting. We set the date for a public hearing for Transportation Improvement Program, claims vouchers, and then also payroll vouchers. So the recommended action is to move for approval to adopt to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Are there any comments? Councilmember Baldwin.
Sure. So the Finance and Internal Services Special Focus Committee, consisting of Councilmember Clinton Taylor and myself, reviewed one set of claims vouchers for those dated May 21st, 2025. We reviewed about 35 pages, including 1 wire transfer, 14 electronic fund transfers for a total of approximately $5.52 million. We also reviewed one set of payroll vouchers that covered May 15th to May 28th, 2025. Totaling approximately $3.33 million, and that included payroll, checks, and electronic deposits. We did have a few questions this week, but staff was able to address all of those. And with completion of our review, we would recommend approving the vouchers. Thanks.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from council or any items that you would like removed for separate consideration? All those in favor of the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Consent agenda passes. We have no unfinished business. We have no new business this evening, so moving to ordinances. Ordinance number 6979, an ordinance relating to parking and adding a new section 10.36.135 to the Auburn City Code. Is there a motion? Councilmember Trout-Manuel.
I would like to move to accept ordinance 6979.
To approve.
To approve.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Second that motion.
Thank you. Councilmember Trout-Manuel.
This ordinance would give authority to parking enforcement to ticket violators who park across several stalls designated for park patrons. It has also served as a bias for human services to contact violators and encourage them to avail themselves of human services resources.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor of ordinance number 6979, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Ordinance number 6979 passes. Ordinance number 6981, an ordinance relating to commute trip reduction and amending Chapter 10.02 of the Auburn City Code. Is there a motion? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve ordinance 6981, please.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Baldwin.
I second.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. This ordinance provides an update to Chapter 10.02 Commute Trip Reduction, or the CTR Plan of Auburn City Code due to changes in the CTR policy set forth by the Washington State Washington State Transportation Demand Management, or the TDM Technical Committee, and updates to the city's CTR plan and practices.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor of ordinance number 6981, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Ordinance number 6981 passes. Moving to resolutions, resolution number 5829, a resolution approving the South King Housing and Homelessness Partners 2026 work plan and the 2026 operating budget. Is there a motion? Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I move to adopt resolution number 5829.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Trout Manuel.
This comes to our council every year, and adopting resolution 5829 would approve and endorse the 2026 SKIP work plan in accordance with Auburn's interlocking agreement with SKIP as a participation jurisdiction. I can't, my mouth is so dry, I'm sorry.
Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor of resolution number 5829, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5829 passes. Resolution number 5831, a resolution adopting the 2025 through 2029 commute trip reduction plan. Is there a motion? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt resolution 5831, please.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I second that motion.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. This resolution will adopt an updated commute trip reduction plan. Since the previous CTR plan, the Washington State Transportation Demand Management Technical Committee has made changes to the format and requirements for local CTR plans. This update reflects those changes as well as changes in local and regional transportation systems and land uses.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? All those in favor of resolution number 5831, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5831 passes. Resolution number 5832, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Auburn and Valley Regional Fire Authority for geographical information system services. Is there a motion? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt resolution 5832, please.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. This resolution allows the city to continue to provide Geographical Information System, or the GIS, services for Valley Regional Fire Authority, operational and planning needs for a flat monthly fee.
Thank you. Questions or comments, council? All those in favor of resolution number 5832, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5832 passes. Resolution number 5834, a resolution approving the lodging tax grant disbursements recommended by the Auburn Lodging Tax Advisory Committee and authorizing the mayor to execute associated agreements for the purpose of tourism. Is there a motion? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt resolution 5834, please.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 5834 would approve grant funding recommendations by the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee for the purpose of sponsorship and promotional services for events that will benefit the Auburn tourism efforts.
Thank you. Questions or comments? Councilmember Baldwin.
Yep. I just wanted to say that the intended recipients in this cycle with Pacific Raceways Track and Emerald Downs Racing are gearing up to put on some really great programs for the city, and I'm excited that we're going to be able to support that through the LTEC grants. It brings people into the community and fills up our hotels and helps get that revenue going. So excited to see this go through. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. All those in favor of resolution number 5834, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5834 passes. Right, the business portion of the meeting is complete. We will move to mayor and council member reports. At this time, the mayor and city council may report on significant items associated with their appointed positions on federal, state, regional, and local organizations. We will begin with Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. I had the good fortune to attend the Good Eggs Breakfast at Emerald Downs last week, where we heard from our King County, I believe, interim executive, is the right title there, which was great to hear about what's happening at that level of government. And that's it for me. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilmember Ammer.
I have long list. We'll start with Good Eggs I attended. And today I had my special focus area community wellness meeting where they're coming next Monday to talk about, present to you Section 108 loan. So you'll hear about it next Monday. Be ready. Thank you. That's my.
Thank you. Councilmember Sturgis.
Yeah, I had an awesome opportunity last week to attend a tour at SeaTac Airport. Councilmember Trout was there as well. It was really fascinating to get this opportunity to see behind the scenes. I know all of us travel through SeaTac Airport, and sometimes it can be quite frustrating. However, getting to learn the why behind it was really important, and also what the vision is of all of the work that they're doing to expand and build out. Just wanted to share one fact because it kind of helped go, oh, okay. Our current airport has capacity for about 30 million people, and we're serving 52 million in 2024. So it just shows that even as quick as they're trying to do the work to help the community, it's still catch up. And so but they've got incredible plans, and they're being very thoughtful in how it's impacting the environment and the experience for the user. So that was a wonderful opportunity. And then also a tour of our local airport as part of my orientation. And so it was an airport week last week. And we have some incredible team members there, and also just some great economic impact that I was unaware of as to how much our local Auburn Regional Airport really contributes to our local economy here. So it was great to learn, and I encourage more people to get out and check it out. We have Airport Day on July 12th, so.
Thank you. Councilmember Yolanda Trout Manuel, sorry.
I had so many events that I went to, but thank you. It was really nice to have our new member, Councilwoman, there to represent us. There was only 2 cities that were there to do the tour at the airport, SeaTac. Fabulous place, great things that are coming through for us to do our travel a lot better and be safer. Also, the last 2 events that I went to I went to the farmer's market, first day opened, and it was very well attended. It was nice to buy some fresh flowers, and it's nice to see all the people being happy and buying a lot. Then today, I belong to the Blue Ribbon Committee, which the mayor formed in 2016, I believe. It's been a while. And we do every year a healthy bite, because Auburn was, at that time, had the highest obesity in the state, and also had the highest diabetes in the state. So we hired a fabulous lady from Multicare, and we started doing this healthy bite. And we have the mayor, several of us, the council, and several of our staff and surrounding people that come and serve the community. And every year it's really nice to see everybody come out from our hospital, our staff, and eat our fabulous food. And today was a lot of fun to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. I just a clarification, it's not in the state, it's in the county.
In the county.
King County, not the state.
Regional, yeah.
Yeah. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I was appointed by our Sound Cities Association to serve as an alternate on the Regional Transit Committee. Super excited to be a part of this and the voice for Auburn for transportation here in South King County. Also attended the Puget Sound Regional Council Executive Board General Assembly about 2 weeks ago, where the outgoing president and the new incoming president comes in. It was a great informational seminar with a lot of our electeds around King County and the Puget Sound. And I think I don't want to speak for everybody, but on the 26th, we all attended some amazing Memorial Day events, starting up at Mountain View Cemetery and then finishing the day at Lesko Park. So a big thank you to the people that continue to do these amazing events for our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. Ditto, I also attended the Good Egg Breakfast. It's been a while since I made it there, and I was glad I was able to attend to hear from our county executive. Really some fascinating things happening in the region, and excited about a lot of things that Auburn is participating in as well. And then the Puget Sound Regional Council General Assembly, I was there as well. I missed you guys. I was in the back. But yeah, that was good to hear about a lot of things that's happening in the region, and how Auburn's playing a part in that as well, and a lot of the collaborations and partnerships that are happening to make that happen. So was glad to be in there and hear some of the visions of what's coming, and then the new president that came in. Got a chance to take a photo out with him and Council Member Sturgis. So pretty good week last week.
Excellent. Thank you. So May 20th was the 2025 Spring Citizens Academy graduation, and that is through the Auburn Police Department. It is a 12-week session. It's every Tuesday evening for a couple of hours, and the attendees of the academy learn the many phases of police work, and including SWAT, K-9. The last day, they make you wait for K-9 because that's probably one of the best days of all of the sessions. And Icky is, and Officer Peterson, who is the handler, were there to show some of the amazing things that our K-9 officers can do. One of the things that is still kind of amazing is that in the state of Washington, maybe it's national, but at least in the state of Washington, K-9 officers are considered property. And therefore, if a K-9 is in jeopardy, unless the officer or another person close by is in jeopardy, they cannot, there are very few actions that they can do to try and save the life of the dog. It is amazing to me that these dogs are able to put their lives on the line for humans, but we are not able to save theirs in the same situation. Hopefully someday that will change. On the 21st, we began the Auburn Municipal Court stand-up meetings internally to identify all of the areas that we are going to need to work on to ensure that January 1, 2027, we have our Auburn Municipal Court ready to go for the transition from King County District Court. Many, many more of those meetings to come, obviously, but it was a good first meeting, and I look forward to more. On the 22nd, as you heard, was the Puget Sound Regional Council Executive Board General Assembly, where Snohomish Executive Dave Summers was installed as the president of PSRC for the next 2 years. And thank outgoing Mayor of Paulsbo, Becky Erickson, for her work for the last 2 years. It is a sometimes thankless job, but it really is, it's considered a metropolitan MPL, Metropolitan Policy Organization, that encompasses 4 counties in the state. It's Kitsap, Pierce, King, and Snohomish counties. And that's where a majority of the federal funds for transportation are funneled through PSRC. So it is a very important organization for us to belong to. Auburn, because of our population size, has its own seat at the table. So we're very proud to be able to represent the city of Auburn and not as part of another organization. The Sound Transit, I am a member of the Sound Transit Board. We had a 4-hour retreat up in Bellevue last week to determine how we move forward because like most agencies, like most people, at a time like this, we are feeling the pinch of financial issues. And so in order to get in front of those, it was the beginning of the visioning of how do we make sure that we are providing for the voter-approved initiative ST3. So there is much more work to come. We have a new executive in place. That is Dow Constantine as the new CEO. He has a lot of ideas, a lot of vision, so we will be working closely with him to make sure that, again, we are meeting all of the expectations of the voters of ST3. On Saturday, the 24th, I attended and welcomed guests to a session on Step into the Mind, a schizophrenia awareness experience. And that was put on by our very own Miss Auburn, Chandler Gross, who herself has been diagnosed with schizophrenia. And she wanted to make sure that people understand and remove the stigma of mental health issues. And she had stations set up so that you could live for a moment in the life of someone with schizophrenia. It was incredibly informative, and she had many of the Miss contestants from around the state attending, which I think is proof that she did something very valuable. And many of the contestants from Seattle and surrounding areas spoke of their own mental health challenges. And so removing the stigma of mental health is something that we really need to focus on to make sure that people who need the help are getting the help and they are not ashamed to get the help. It is there. It needs to be utilized so that we have a safer community for everyone. Let's see. We also attended last week for DAWN, which is a domestic violence prevention organization. It was called May It Forward at Green River College. A great event in order to raise funds to ensure that those who are victims of domestic violence have a safe place to go. And then on Saturday night was the Rotary Scholarship Fundraiser at Junior Achievement. Always a great opportunity to support scholarships for students in our community. This year, they used to do a Rotary show and bring in named talent. This year, it was all about the students, and they had students from all 3 of the high schools performing. We have some very talented young people in our community, and kudos to them for the work that they're doing and the contests that they are winning around the state. With that, Sean, do we have any reason for a closed or executive session this evening?
No, Your Honor, we do not.
Excellent. We are adjourned.